Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 31 Media Podcast. My name is Vaishmi Nashe. I'm the marketing manager here at 31 Media. Today's podcast is in collaboration with the Digital Transformation Awards and the AI Summit and Awards, both of which are coming up in 2025. These are two separate B2B events that are organized by 31 Media. So if you're interested in exhibiting, advertising, or even participating in any of these award ceremonies, please follow the link in the description to do so. Today, we have on the podcast Matthew, who is the Managing Director of Energy and Utilities for SAN Technologies. With over 2 decades of experience, he's been helping energy and utility clients with complex grid modernization transformations. So, without any further ado, welcome to the 31 Media Podcast, Matthew. How are you today?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no worries. Before we actually get into the questions, would you mind sharing a bit more information about your background and just telling a bit more to the audience about yourself?
So Matt Panszczyk, Managing Director at SAN Technologies, just joined them about 4 months ago. I started my career at ComEd, which is the electric utility
Hmm.
in Chicago, and had various roles there from work planning, where we used to plan the work for the guys out in the field. Then I was in substation and construction maintenance supervisor. So my guys did all the maintenance and construction activities inside
Yeah.
high voltage substations. Then I went to project management where I built high voltage transmission lines and substations. And then my last few years at ComEd, I led their smart grid team. So I had all the smart meters, smart switches, all the like IoT devices and street lights. So I managed that whole thing. And then I've got two boys with autism that got into an awesome school in Florida called L's for Autism. So that's what kind of prompted the move from electric utilities to consulting. And
Hmm.
almost the last 10 years, I've spent helping clients and government customers do business case work for
Yeah.
emerging technologies and smart grid technology. So that's a little bit about my background. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. So, my first question to you essentially is like, from your experience, what do you see as the most significant challenges that cities face due to rapid urbanization? And according to you, how can smart cities, like smart city initiative? Okay, you know what? So, thank you for sharing that. So, my first question to you is, what do you see as the most significant challenges that cities face due to rapid urbanization? And how can they effectively address these challenges?
So the most significant challenges cities face, in my opinion, is traffic congestion, air and water pollution, and inadequate infrastructure, right? And some of the smart city initiatives that can address these issues is start leveraging technology to optimize the transportation systems, monitor environmental quality, manage energy consumption, improve waste disposal, and
Hmm.
provide city-centric services, ultimately creating a more sustainable environment. So for traffic management, some examples of potential smart city solutions is sensors and data analytics can provide real-time traffic updates to adjust traffic lights
Hmm.
and optimize routes. Sensors can be identify available parking spaces, guiding drivers to open spots and reducing congestion. Integrating ticket systems and real-time information, biometric scanning can encourage public transportation. For environmental sustainability, sensors and data analysis can optimize energy consumption in buildings and homes, promoting more renewable integration.
Hmm.
Smart waste with sensors can monitor fill levels and optimize and collection routes, reducing waste accumulation. And then sensors can also track air quality levels, allowing targeted interventions to reduce pollution. And
Hmm.
then the most important piece is citizen engagement, right? Apps providing access to city services, real-time information on public transportation, allowing customers or citizens to report issues, platforms for citizens to provide feedback on urban planning. I mean, these are all kind of, I guess, smart city initiatives that can address urban challenges.
Right. And would you mind elaborating more on the specific types of data that are most critical for building a robust data foundation in a smart city planning?
Yeah, so when building a robust data foundation for smart city planning, the most critical data types include real-time sensors from device like traffic monitoring that monitor traffic monitoring, air
Mm-hmm.
quality, energy consumption. There's noise level sensors alongside with demographic data, mobility patterns from public transportation systems, and citizen feedback through apps, right? So like if we dive deeper, like from environmental data, you've got
Mm-hmm.
air quality monitoring, you've got water quality data,
Mm-hmm.
noise pollution levels, even weather data, temperature, humidity, kind of rainfall are all important data sets, right? From transportation, traffic flow and congestion levels from sensors and traffic cameras are key. Public transportation ridership data, occupancy rates on those um, on public transits. Even vehicle speed and location data from connected vehicles is going to be
Mm-hmm.
important. When you jump into energy data, you've got building energy consumption, you've got smart grid data, street light usage, and then citizen engagement feedback from mobile apps and surveys, and then citizens reporting issues like potholes, graffiti on buildings. And then the last piece is kind of demographic data. So stuff like population density,
Mm-hmm.
age demographics. These are all very important data sets to build a robust data foundation.
Right. And from your experience, like in the last 20 years, like what do you think are some key factors that determine whether an AI solution would be scalable and adaptable for future urban challenges?
I think data protection is going to be the most important issues. You want to prevent use of fake data and direct access to citizen
Mm-hmm.
data. So cities are going to have to develop strong policy around cybersecurity.
Right.
Another challenge is the different types of databases. They need to be connected in an optimal way to enable valuable data analysis and correlation. And
Mm-hmm.
then just as the city's future depends on its infrastructure, the future of AI depends on a robust, purpose-built foundation. And that foundation, what we call it SAND, is AI infrastructure. And that's going to be key to shaping the future for cities and unlocking the full potential of AI. So
Mm-hmm.
think of AI as like the central nervous system of a business. Just like your nerves carry signals from your brain to enable your body to move, AI infrastructure handles the data, the computations, and processing power that bring AI systems to life. For
Right.
example, like it powers the algorithms that enable self-driving cars to navigate, virtual assistants to understand and respond to voice commands. I mean, without these
Yeah.
things, AI applications are going to struggle to function. So cities that succeed in leveraging AI are the ones that are investing in their AI infrastructure to stay
Yeah.
competitive and drive kind of innovation.
Yeah, it's so fascinating to see how artificial intelligence gets applied in so many different areas and so many different sectors, especially with urbanization as well in this particular area. But thank you so much for sharing that. So many possibilities with AI these days. My next question to you is, what's your opinion on the relationship between smart city technologies and sustainability efforts in urban areas?
Yeah, so I believe they are very closely linked, right? By leveraging data analytics and the connected devices to optimize resource usage, reduce waste, improve energy efficiency, manage transportation systems, and ultimately minimize the environmental footprint of a city will contribute to a sustainable environment, right? So sensors and IoT devices collect real-time data on energy consumption, traffic patterns, air quality, and water usage will allow city planners to identify areas for improvement and implement targeted interventions to reduce waste and optimize like resource allocation. Intelligent energy management systems can optimize electricity distribution, integrate renewable energy resources, and help them kind of manage peak demand, leading to reduced carbon emissions, right? And then smart traffic systems can optimize traffic flow,
Mhm.
public transportation usage, and encourage carpooling, reducing congestion and associated emissions. I mean, when you go to smart buildings, you can monitor energy consumption, you can optimize HVAC systems, and start integrating renewable energy resources to make the buildings more sustainable. For smart waste bins with sensors, you can monitor fill levels, optimize waste collection routes, and reduce unnecessary kind of like truck rolls.
Mhm.
And interactive platforms can empower citizens to monitor environmental data, report issues, and then help them participate in the sustainability initiatives. So that's kind of, I think, ways that you can obtain those sustainability goals and how smart cities really drives that.
Mhm. Right, right. And talking about like innovations in this particular region, how do you think, like, what do you predict will significantly improve the connectivity in these urban environments?
So I really do think the tech is there. I mean, some
Mm,
stuff will improve, like image recognition is going to improve over years, but cities have to get away from these pilot solutions and recognize that technology can improve the services to its residents. And the most important thing is to start including the citizens in their decision making and strive to act on their behalf, right? So the hyper-connected cities of the future will use technology, data, and citizen engagement to improve connectivity. And I think another challenge that we have in the US is our cities are decentralized, right? They don't view
mhm.
each city as a competition. They're
Yeah.
not pushed by the state and government leaders to be a leader in the smart city space. Securing funding for smart city projects and gaining political support for large scale upgrades is much more challenging here in the US than in Europe.
Hmm.
In Europe, there's so much more collaboration between government, private sectors, and research institutions. There's a more centralized approach to policy at the EU level, which facilitates wider adoption of smart grid technology. So I believe citizen engagement, better collaboration between government, private sectors, and research institutions, and centralized policy making will be the key to improve connectivity in the next 5 to 10 years. Because the
Right.
tech's there. It's just like in the
Mm,
US, I just went to Smart Cities Barcelona, and
mhm,
the the cities in Europe and the in Saudi are like, and even in Asia, they're 5, 10 years ahead of the US cities, right? And it's like, why? We have money, we have, we're doing well in other industries, but in smart cities, I feel we're so far behind the rest of the world.
mhm. Right. Yeah, those are some great insights, Matthew. Thank you so much for sharing them. Before we actually end the podcast, is there anything else that you'd like to mention to our audience today?
No, just thanks for being here. This is an exciting time to be in smart cities, and there's only one way to go from here, and it's up, right?
Yeah,
There's just much potential. So
absolutely.
excited to see what happens over the next 5 or 10 years in this space.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I can't wait for the audience to even read the amazing article that you've written, which will be published in December as well. So, yeah, keep a look at that one as well. But yeah, thank you again, Matthew, for being on the 31 Media podcast today. And yeah, I hope you have a lovely day ahead.
Thank you, V. Take care.